I'm Ariel, and I'm here with you today to help you speak English in a way that feels natural and easy. No pressure, no stress, no big grammar books, just step by step, day by day, like talking to a friend. I will speak slowly, clearly, and with short sentences so you can follow me, understand me, and repeat with me. This is not about being perfect. This is about being real. In today's story, we are going to explore something special. It's called Speak Naturally 500 Sentences. But don't worry, you don't need to remember 500 things today. You just need to take the first small step. Let's begin with a question. Why do we feel scared to speak English? Maybe you know the words, but they don't come out. Maybe your brain is full, but your mouth is silent. Maybe you feel like your voice is not ready. I understand. I felt that too. Many learners feel shy, nervous, or confused. They think, what if I make a mistake? What if I sound wrong? But here's the truth. Mistakes are part of learning. No one speaks perfectly at the start. Speaking is a skill just like cooking or swimming. You need to do it again and again. And the more you do it, the more natural it feels. So what can help us speak naturally? Let's take one simple idea. Speak short sentences every day, not long grammar sentences, not hard vocabulary. Just short, clear, friendly sentences like, I am learning. I like this. This is my bag. Sentences that you can use in your real life. Sentences that help you think in English, speak in English, and feel like English is your own. Now, let's try together. I say the sentence, you repeat it after me. I am here now. You say it. This is English. Say it now. I want to speak. You try. Speaking is fun. Now your turn. That's it. That's how we begin. These are your first natural sentences. We can call them your speaking seeds. You plant them now, you water them with practice, and they will grow. You will grow. You don't need 100 rules. You just need one habit. Speak short sentences every day. One sentence in the morning, one in the evening, maybe 3 before sleep, 5 while walking, 10 while cooking. Don't wait for a big class. Don't wait for the right moment. Just start with what you have. Your phone, your mirror, your voice. That's enough. Let's keep going. Repeat with me. I am learning English. I speak every day. I like small steps. I feel stronger now. My English is growing very good. Now take a breath. Smile. You are doing something powerful. You are using your own voice. And that is the secret. When you speak with your own voice, you build real English, not textbook English, not robot English. Real English, the kind you use with people in your life, at your job, at the store, with friends. That's what speak naturally means. It means speak like yourself. Speak without fear. Speak with your heart, even if the words are simple. Now let's learn more short sentences you can use every day. Listen and repeat. Good morning. How are you? I am fine. What is this? This is my book. This is my phone. That is my bag. I need help. Can you help me? Yes, of course. Thank you so much. You are welcome. See you later. Take care. Nice to meet you. You see, these are not big sentences, but they are real. You can use them in daily life. You can speak them to yourself, to your family, to your mirror, or to your phone. And every time you speak, you become more natural. You become more ready. Let's add more. Repeat again. I like this food. This tea is hot. My room is small. The sky is blue. It's raining. I am tired. I need rest. I want to learn. I love English. I will not give up. These are power sentences. They are short. They are clear. They give you energy. You can speak them anytime. When you feel nervous, speak one. When you feel lazy, speak one. When you are happy, speak one. Make speaking English your daily rhythm. Not just once a week, not only when you have free time. Make it part of your life, like brushing your teeth, like drinking water. Make it simple, make it normal, and soon it will feel easy. Now, here is a little story. A girl named Sarah wanted to speak English, but she felt shy. She had many books, but she was too scared to speak. One day, she decided to say just one sentence. I want to speak. The next day, she said two. I want to speak. I will try. Then three. I want to speak. I will try. I feel good every day. One more. After 1 week, she had 10 sentences. After 1 month, she had 50. After 3 months, she was speaking to friends. She was sending voice messages. She was making English videos. She didn't wait for perfect English. She just started with small steps. You can do the same. Start with 1 sentence, then 2, then 5, then 10. Soon you will have 100, 200, 500. That is the Speak Naturally 500 sentences. It's not a test. It's not a grammar list. It's a path. It's a journey. It's your own personal speaking path. Every sentence you say is one step. So take your step now. Speak it with me. I can do it. I believe in myself. I will not stop. I speak English every day. This is my time. Let's keep going, my friend. You are here. You are trying. You are doing something many people only dream of. You are learning to speak English with your own voice, your own rhythm, your own heart. And the best way to keep moving is to stay simple. So, let's build more short sentences. Repeat after me. I wake up early. I brush my teeth. I eat breakfast. I go to work. I come back home. I feel sleepy. I like this show. I cook rice. I drink tea. I rest. Now, good. These are real-life sentences. You can use them every day. You can think them. You can say them. You can even write them now. Try to say them without me. Can you do that? Try to speak them slowly, one by one. Try now. Yes. Just like that. You are doing it. Let's add some feeling words. Feelings are very important. They help you express yourself. Repeat again. I feel happy. I feel sad. I feel okay. I feel tired. I feel cold. I feel warm. I feel nervous. I feel strong. I feel excited. I feel calm. Good job. These are great for daily use. You can mix them too. For example, I feel happy today. I feel tired now. I feel calm in the morning. You see, just small changes make your sentences more powerful. And the more you say them, the more they become a part of you. Let's talk about places. Now repeat after me. This is my house. This is my room. This is the kitchen. This is the bathroom. I am in the park. I am at school. I am at the store. I am on the bus. I am at home. I am outside. These are place sentences. You can use them to describe where you are. Try mixing with time. For example, I am at home now. I am outside today. I am on the bus this morning. Can you try one? Yes. Perfect. Now, let's talk about time. Time sentences are useful. Repeat after me. It is morning. It is afternoon. It is evening. It is night. It is late. It is early. It is 10 o'clock. It is time to eat. It is time to sleep. It is a new day. These help you talk about your day. You can add more. It is morning. I feel sleepy. It is night. I am at home. It is time to rest. You are building your English one layer at a time, one sentence at a time, one day at a time. And that is the best way. I sit on the bed. I open the book. You just made 15 short sentences from 5 simple things. See how powerful that is? You can do this every day. Another game. Look out the window. Say what you see. I see the sky. I see a tree. I see people. I see a car. I see birds. Now describe. The sky is blue. The tree is tall. The people are walking. The car is red. The birds are flying. Now speak what happens. The car stops. The man talks. The bird sings. You are making English from your world. That is natural. That is beautiful. That is speaking. You are not learning. You are living it. Let's do one more game. It's called Talk Your Actions. When you move, speak. When you do something, say it in English. I open the window. I wash my face. I put the phone down. I tie my shoes. I sit on the floor. Say it softly. Say it clearly. Say it again. This makes English active. This connects your body to your mouth. This helps you speak naturally. These small games help a lot. Try them alone. Try them every day. English will become part of you, not just something you study, something you live. That is your goal. That is your path, and I am proud of you. Keep your voice strong. Keep your steps small, but keep walking. You are not lost. You are learning. Let's keep moving. You are doing well. You are speaking more. You are thinking in English. You are starting to feel the words. That is what we want. That is the goal. Not just to learn words, but to live them, to use them, to love them. Now, let's practice more daily talking. Let's say things about today. Repeat after me. Today is a good day. Today I feel strong. Today I speak more. Today I learn new words. Today I will not stop. These are your today sentences. They are simple. They are powerful. Say them in the morning. Say them before sleep. Speak with hope. Speak with joy. Speak with care. Now let's try sentences for tomorrow. Repeat with me. Tomorrow I will learn more. Tomorrow I will speak again. Tomorrow I will listen more. Tomorrow I will write a sentence. Tomorrow I will try again. These are your tomorrow sentences. They help you look forward. They give you energy. They help you stay strong. When today is hard, think about tomorrow. And when tomorrow comes, speak again. Let's also practice I can sentences. These are good for building confidence. Repeat with me. I can speak English. I can listen well. I can learn fast. I can use short sentences. I can talk to people. I can understand more now. I can grow. I can smile. I can ask questions. I can keep going. Every time you say I can, you become stronger. Every time you say it, you take a step. These steps are small, but they take you far. Say one I can every day. It will change your English. It will change your heart. Now let's say I will sentences. Repeat after me. I will speak today. I will try again. I will not give up. I will make mistakes. I will learn from them. I will say my thoughts. I will practice aloud. I will record my voice. I will read with feeling. I will enjoy the process. These sentences are your promise. They are your power. They help you walk forward. They help you feel brave. Now let's say I am sentences. These are very important. Repeat after me. I am learning. I am growing. I am getting better. I am not perfect. I am enough. I am a speaker. I am on my path. I am proud. I am happy. I am ready. These sentences are your truth. Speak them daily. Speak them softly. Speak them with love. Now let's practice question and answer. I ask, you answer. How are you? You say, I am fine. What time is it? You say, it is 8 o'clock. What is this? You say, this is my phone. Do you like tea? You say, yes, I do. Where's your bag? You say, it is on the table. Are you tired? You say, a little. What do you want? You say, I want to learn. What are you doing? You say, I am listening. Can I help you? You say, yes, please. Are you ready? You say, yes, I am. You are doing great. This is natural practice. This is how people talk. Ask and answer. Speak in reply. That is real English. Let's add more. What did you eat? You say, I ate rice. Where did you go? You say, I went to the store. Did you sleep well? You say, yes, I did. What did you do today? You say, I studied English. Do you have time? You say, yes, I have 5 minutes. Great job. You are building skill. You are learning to reply fast. No need to be perfect. Just be ready. Now let's try emotion sentences. These help with real life. Repeat with me. I am happy today. I feel a little sad. I feel excited. I feel nervous. I feel relaxed now. I feel peaceful. I feel stressed today. I feel okay. I feel better now. I feel tired but hopeful. These help you express your mood. You can mix them. You can say them in your mind or out loud. You can write them or whisper them. The more you say them, the more you feel free. Now, let's talk about simple stories. You can tell your own story with easy words like this. Yesterday I woke up late. I made tea. I listened to music. I wrote 3 sentences. I went outside. I saw a bird. I walked in the park. I came back home. I watched a short video. I ate dinner. I felt sleepy. I went to bed. That's it. That's a story. No hard grammar, no big words, just real life, real talk. You can do this. Tell one short story every day. Talk about your morning. Talk about your work. Talk about a trip. Talk about your weekend. Start like this. Yesterday I. Then tell the steps one by one. Use short sentences. Speak slowly. Enjoy your voice. That is how you become natural. That is how you become confident. Don't worry about mistakes. Mistakes are welcome here. Mistakes are signs of growth. Every time you say a sentence, even with a small mistake, you learn, you grow, you move forward. So say it wrong, then say it right. Then say it again. That's how it works. That's how we learn everything. Like walking, like swimming, like singing, like dancing. Try, fall, try again. Speak, pause, speak again. That's the path. That's the power of natural speaking. You are on the path now. You are walking. You are speaking. You are doing the work, and I am with you. Every word, every step, every little sentence. It all matters. You are building your 500 sentences one by one, and they are building you. She stopped translating in her head. That was the moment everything changed. When she heard, "How are you?" she didn't think of her native language first. She simply felt the question and answered with a smile. "I'm good, thank you." That small change was the beginning of something big. Speaking naturally started to feel like a new game, not a scary one. A game where mistakes were allowed and joy was everywhere. When she didn't know a word, she didn't freeze. She tried to show it with her hands. She used another word. She made a funny guess. And guess what? People understood her. They laughed with her. They helped her. They liked her. Not because her English was perfect, but because she was real. And the real person inside her could finally speak out loud. She wasn't afraid of grammar anymore. She didn't stop to ask herself, "Is this the right tense?" She just said what she needed to say. And sometimes it wasn't perfect, but it was alive. It was true. It was English that breathed. One day she went to a cafe. She smiled and said, "Hi, can I get a tea with milk?" The person behind the counter said, "Sure. Anything else?" And she said, "No, that's all, thank you." So simple. But her heart danced. She had done it not from a textbook, not from memory, from her mouth naturally. Every day after that, she started talking more, little things. "Excuse me, is this seat taken? Can I help you? I love your shoes." These were not big words, but they were the words of life. They were the words that built bridges. She even started dreaming in English. Just short dreams, a few sentences, but they were hers, and they were English. Her mind was changing. Her body was changing. English was becoming her second skin. She didn't need to be someone else to speak it. She just needed to be herself, but with more words. Her voice became stronger, her eyes became brighter, and her life became bigger. Not because she knew more vocabulary, but because she wasn't afraid to use what she already had. She had learned one important truth. Speaking naturally doesn't start when you know everything. It starts when you stop waiting. It starts when you open your mouth. It starts when you let go of fear, of shame, of waiting for the perfect moment. There is no perfect moment, only this one right now. And she took it again and again. Even when she made mistakes, even when she forgot a word, she didn't stop. She smiled. She breathed. She spoke again. And the people around her listened. They didn't care about her accent. They didn't count her grammar mistakes. They heard her story, her laughter, her dreams, all in English. One day, she stood in front of a group of people. Her hands were shaking, but her voice came out. "Today, I want to tell you my story," she began. And she did, word by word, slowly, gently, naturally. And they listened, and they clapped. Not because it was perfect, but because it was true. That day she knew something deep inside. She could speak English, not just in her room, not just in her mind, but in the world, in real places, with real people, about real things. And that's what it means to speak naturally. You don't wait until you're perfect. You don't speak to impress. You speak to connect, to share, to live, and you do it one sentence at a time. You do it with the words you already know, You do it with courage. And when you forget a word, you smile and try again. That is the real way, the human way, the natural way. And now, her story becomes your story, because if she can do it, you can too. Not tomorrow, not next year, today, this hour, this moment. Say something, anything. Say, I can do it. Say, I'm learning. Say, this is my voice, and I will use it. Let it begin. Let it grow. Speak naturally. Speak now. Keep going. Never stop. This is your time. This is your story. Keep walking. Keep speaking. And never forget. Your voice matters. Your words matter. Even the small ones. Even the broken ones. Especially the brave ones. Speak, speak, speak. She woke up the next morning and whispered, "Good morning," to herself in English. Just 2 words, but they felt real. They felt warm. She sat up in bed, stretched her arms, and said slowly, "I am ready for a new day." The sunlight came through the window and she smiled. English was now part of her morning. It wasn't something far away. It was with her like a friend. She went to the mirror and looked at her reflection. "You are doing great," she said softly. "Don't stop. Keep going." These small talks with herself became a habit. At first, it felt strange, but then it felt like magic. She was learning to speak not just with others, but also with herself, and that made her stronger. At breakfast, she looked at the food and named it. Bread, butter, tea, banana. She didn't rush. She didn't try to make full sentences all the time. She just named things around her. It helped her brain. It helped her tongue. She was training like a dancer, training her body. Every step mattered. Every little word helped. After breakfast, she picked up her phone and recorded her voice. "Today I want to talk about my room," she said. She looked around and began. There is a chair, a table, a lamp. The window was open. The curtains are white. Her voice was slow and soft, but it was real. She listened to the recording. It was not perfect, but it was clear. She could hear herself thinking in English, speaking in English, feeling in English. She made another recording. "This is my room. It is small but nice. I like the window. I like the quiet. It is my space." Then she stopped. She smiled again. Speaking naturally didn't mean using big words. It meant using her own words, words that matched her life, her voice, her world. She started using English in daily life. When she opened a door, she said, "Open." When she closed it, "Close." When she turned on the light, "Light on." These simple actions with simple words built a bridge between her body and the language. She was no longer just studying English. She was living it. Later that day, she went to the store. She had her little list. Milk, eggs, apples, rice. She repeated the words in her mind. She whispered them. She touched the things and said, "This is milk. These are apples." No one heard her, but her brain heard. Her heart heard. She stood in line, and the person in front of her dropped a coin. She picked it up and said, "Here you go." The person smiled and said, "Thanks." She smiled back. A real conversation, only 2 words, but real, natural, alive. At home, she watched a short video in English. Very short, only 1 minute. She listened once, then again, then again. Then she tried to say what she remembered. Not everything, just some words. The cat jumps, the dog runs, the baby laughs. She wasn't trying to be perfect. She was just playing with words, playing with sounds. And that's how children learn. That's how we all learn. Not by pressure, but by play. Later, she called her friend who was also learning English. They had a new rule: only English, even if it was just 5 minutes. Hi, how are you? I'm fine. And you? I'm okay. What did you eat today? I ate rice and fish. They laughed. They helped each other. They corrected gently. They didn't judge. They celebrated. Every sentence was a small victory. That night she sat down to write, not in her native language, in English. Just a few lines. Today was a good day. I spoke English. I helped someone. I listened to a video. I am happy. She looked at the words. They were simple, but full of life, full of power. She didn't need to write a novel, just her truth, just her story. She closed the notebook and said aloud, I am learning. I am growing. I am proud. The next morning, she repeated the same steps. She talked to herself. She named things. She recorded her voice. She smiled at the mirror. She used English slowly, naturally, without fear, without shame. She had learned something big. Speaking naturally is not a gift. It's not for special people. It's a practice, a daily habit, a small fire you keep feeding. It's not about fast speech. It's about real speech. It's not about knowing every word. It's about using the words you know with love, with care, with joy. She didn't wait for someone to give her permission. She gave herself permission to speak, to grow, to be seen. Every mistake she made was a teacher. Every word she spoke was a seed, and she kept planting them day after day. Soon the seeds began to grow. She didn't see a big change all at once, but over time her words became stronger. Her mind became calmer. Her voice became clearer. She started to enjoy speaking English, not just as a task, but as a part of who she was, and that made all the difference. Now she walks with confidence. She speaks with ease. She laughs in English. She dreams in English. And all of this began with one simple step. She spoke naturally, gently, again and again, and she never stopped. And every time she spoke, even when the sentence was simple, something inside her felt proud. Because now her English was not just something she studied, it was something she lived. She walked to the market and asked, "How much is this one?" She met a tourist and said, "Welcome to our city." She helped a lost person with, "Go straight and then turn left." These sentences were not from a grammar book. They came from her daily life, from her heart. She spoke them with warmth, with confidence, not with fear, but with care. She started to enjoy the rhythm of English, the way the sounds moved, the way the words danced. She didn't try to sound like a native speaker. She tried to sound like herself, just in English. And that was enough, more than enough, because it was honest. It was kind. It was real. She would listen to English songs and hum the lyrics. Even if she didn't understand every word, she felt the emotion. And later, when she looked up one word, she smiled. Ah, so that's what it means. One more puzzle piece clicked into place, and the picture grew bigger, clearer. One evening, She sat with her family and said, "Can I practice some English with you?" Her little brother laughed and said, "Okay, teacher." And they had fun. She told him a story in English, a funny one. He didn't understand every word, but he laughed anyway because her face was full of energy and her voice was alive. That moment taught her something. Speaking naturally is not about knowing every word. It's about feeling every word. Feeling it in your body, in your smile, in your breath. When she walked, she whispered small phrases to herself. "It's a sunny day. I'm going to the shop. That bird is beautiful." She spoke to the world, not just to people, and the world listened. Slowly, she began to think in English. Not all the time, but more and more. If she dropped something, she said, "Oops." If she was happy, she said, "Yes." These little moments became her private English life, a life full of natural speaking, no pressure, no fear, only play. She made mistakes, of course. Sometimes she said, "He go," instead of "he goes." But instead of feeling bad, she laughed. "Oops, that was yesterday's grammar," she would say. And then she moved on. No need to cry over grammar. No need to stop speaking because of one mistake. One day she helped a stranger at the train station. The man looked lost. She walked over and said, "Do you need help?" He smiled and said, "Yes." She gave him directions in English. Simple words, simple steps. He thanked her. She felt like a superhero, not because she knew big words, but because she used the words she had. And that was enough. That was power. Every conversation gave her a little more confidence. Every smile gave her a little more strength. She didn't need a classroom. She didn't need a perfect lesson plan. She needed curiosity, courage, a little daily action. One word, one sentence, one moment at a time. And soon people started asking her, "How did your English get so good?" She would smile and say, "I just kept speaking." She didn't say, "I memorized all the grammar." She didn't say, "I read the dictionary." She said, "I opened my mouth and didn't stop." That was her secret. And now it's your secret too. You don't need to wait. You don't need to study for 10 years. You already have enough English inside you to start speaking naturally right now, today. Use the words you know. Speak with your eyes, with your hands, with your heart. Don't worry about being correct. Worry about being alive. Be playful. Be patient. Be proud. Because speaking naturally is not a test. It's a gift. A way to connect. A way to feel. A way to live. Keep speaking. Keep dreaming. Keep smiling. Your English voice is growing and it's beautiful. She sat in her room looking at the small notebook she always carried. On one page she wrote, "Speak slowly. Breathe." On another she wrote, "Mistakes are my teachers." These were not grammar rules. These were heart rules, life rules. Every morning she read them before starting her day. She whispered them to herself like a little prayer, like a promise. Today, I will speak. She didn't care if people laughed. She didn't care if someone corrected her. She knew this was her journey. Her own voice, step by step, becoming stronger, clearer, freer. In the kitchen, she started naming everything in English: plate, spoon, salt, onion. She smiled and said, "I am cooking rice." Not for anyone else, just for herself. She was becoming her own teacher, her own classroom, and this made her powerful. Every part of her day became practice, but it didn't feel like practice. It felt like play. It felt like singing to herself in a new language, a language she was falling in love with. One day, while walking home, she saw a little child crying. The mother was trying to calm him down in English. The woman looked worried. She went over and gently asked, "Is everything okay?" The mother turned to her with relief and said, "He lost his toy." The girl bent down and said softly to the child, "Don't worry, we will find it." Just 5 simple words, but those words brought calm, peace, connection, and in that moment, she realized that speaking naturally wasn't about big speeches. It was about small kindnesses, short sentences full of care. That's what speaking is really for, to reach someone, to make them feel safe, seen, heard. Later, she thought that was a beautiful English moment. Not perfect, but powerful. She began collecting these moments like stones in her pocket. Each one was a memory, a story, a sign that she was growing. She didn't need a certificate. She didn't need a test score. These moments were her proof. In the evenings, she would sit by her window with her cup of tea and talk out loud to the sky. "Today was a good day," she would say. "I spoke English 3 times." She smiled and added, "And I enjoyed it." Sometimes she imagined she was telling the stars a story. Sometimes she imagined the moon was her English friend. She told the moon about her hopes. "One day I will speak to people from all over the world." She told the moon about her fears. "Sometimes I freeze. I forget words." But the moon always listened. The moon didn't judge, just like English shouldn't judge. English is not a wall. It's a bridge. And every day she was building that bridge with her own hands, with her voice, with her heart. She watched English movies, but not like a student, like a child. She laughed when the characters laughed. She cried when they cried. She paused the video and said the line again and again until her mouth felt natural. "I'm fine. Thank you. What are you doing? Let's go." Simple lines, but she said them with feeling, with energy. She started to feel how the words danced with emotion. She realized that speaking English was also about acting, feeling, becoming the words, not just saying them, but living them. She loved the feeling of speaking a full sentence that came from her without stopping, without fear. It felt like flying. It felt like freedom. Sometimes she recorded her voice and listened to it. At first, she felt shy. "Do I really sound like that?" But later, she began to smile. "That's my English voice. That's me." She heard the joy in her words, the progress in her rhythm. Every recording was a little gift, a small window into her growth. One evening, she listened to an old recording from 3 months ago. She was surprised. "I used to speak so slowly," she laughed. "Now I speak with more flow." That made her happy, not because she was fast, but because she was natural, clear, honest, and she loved the person she was becoming. One day, her school organized a culture day. People had to speak about their favorite thing in English. She was scared at first, but something inside her whispered, "You're ready." She took a deep breath and stepped on the stage. She looked at the people and smiled. "My favorite thing is the sky," she said. Her voice was calm. She didn't rush. "Every day the sky is different. Sometimes blue, sometimes gray, but always beautiful." Her words were simple, but people listened because she spoke with feeling. She wasn't reading from a paper. She was speaking from her heart. After her talk, her teacher said, "That was beautiful," and her classmates clapped. She felt proud, not because she was perfect, but because she was real. She went home that day and wrote in her notebook, "I spoke to many people today. I didn't hide. I didn't worry. I just spoke, and I felt alive." That night, her dreams were in English. She was talking to a friend in a garden. She was laughing. She was free. When she woke up, she said, "Maybe my English is inside me now, not just in my brain, but in my whole body." And from that day, everything changed again. She didn't need to plan every sentence. She didn't need to check every word. She just lived her day, and the English came with her like a gentle wind, like a kind friend, always there, always ready. She still learned new words, still made mistakes. But those things didn't control her. She controlled her voice, her courage, her path, and she knew this was only the beginning. Her English story was still being written, word by word, smile by smile, day by day, and she whispered to herself, "I will keep speaking. I will keep shining. I will speak naturally, with love." She didn't stop there. Every day she found a new way to use English, not only in her room, not only in her mind, but in the real world. She looked at everything with English eyes. A tree was no longer just a tree. It was a tall, green tree. A dog was a small, happy dog. She didn't try to speak fast. She tried to speak clearly, slowly, gently. She wanted her words to land softly, like feathers. She began to talk to herself more, not because she was lonely, but because she was learning. She said, "I'm brushing my teeth," while brushing her teeth. "I'm washing my hands," while washing her hands. The words became part of the moment. Her English was not just a subject. It was a feeling, a lifestyle, a habit. When she saw something funny on TV, she said, "That's so funny." When she felt tired, she said, "I need to rest now." These small sentences were not from a textbook. They came from her life, and that made them powerful, real, true. One morning she looked at herself in the mirror and said, "You're doing well." She smiled, not a big smile, but a small, quiet one, a smile of peace, because now English was her friend, not her enemy, not her fear. A soft, patient friend who stayed with her all day. She began to notice new things, the way words sound when you say them with love, the way people listen when you speak from your heart. She didn't need to speak like an actor or a teacher. She just needed to be herself. That was enough. Every word she said was a seed, and every seed grew into a flower, a soft, beautiful flower of connection. One evening, she went to a little tea shop. She ordered in English, "1 black tea, please." The man behind the counter smiled and said, "Your English is good." She nodded and said, "Thank you. I practice every day." He gave her the tea. It was hot, sweet, and warm in her hands, like her voice, like her hope, like her journey. That simple moment made her stronger. It was not about grammar. It was not about big words. It was about courage. A cup of courage. That's what she drank that day. And every day after, she made English part of her day, like brushing her hair or tying her shoes. She didn't wait for the perfect time. She made time. She didn't wait to feel ready. She began even when she felt small because she knew the truth. You don't become natural by waiting. You become natural by doing, by trying, by speaking. Even when your voice shakes, even when your words are slow, even when you forget something, especially then, that's when learning becomes real. That's when your voice becomes strong. She read children's books in English, easy stories, simple sentences, and she read them out loud, slowly, carefully. Each sentence was like a friend holding her hand, helping her walk, helping her grow.